is a first-generation immigrant and woman-owned and operated vegetarian restaurant, skate shop, art gallery, coffee shop, tea house, and a community hub for locals to taste, touch, and feel the spirit of DC's green culture in a non-traditional way. Spacycloud's core values are empowerment, sustainability, and wellness. They provide a space for entrepreneurs to test out new concepts and market to retail customers. They are a green company with a focus on alternative resources and sustainable practices. They promote wellness through plant-based living and extreme sports. Come visit our Middle Eastern restaurant and shop located in Adams Morgan, Washington, D.C., or visit us online at spacycloud.com.
My name is Tati Kolina, and I'm the founder of Spacycloud and Skate Girls Tribe in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us today for USA East to West Women in Action Sports. I'm honored to introduce a very special group of panelists. Lynn Kramer, a mechanical engineer from San Diego, California, and 15 times world champion of slalom skateboarding. She was also the 2019 Mighty Skaterama Honorary Mama. Natalie Krishna, professional skateboarder, event producer, activist, and advocate for getting women on board. She created an online course for the University of Arizona on skate parks for health and safety officials, was on the cover of Concrete Wave magazine, and is the media and communication manager for Exposure Skate. She is also the founder of Las Chicas Skate Crew. Dootson Rose, skateboarder, event director, president of La Costa Racing Team for slalom skateboarding. Patti McGee, the first ever professional female skateboarder, who was also on the cover of Life magazine, doing a handstand on her skateboard in 1965, was a national champion and a Skateboarding Hall of Fame inductee. Steve Caballero is a skateboarding legend. He invented the Caballerian and is one of the original members of the Bones Brigade. When Steve isn't skating, he's doing art, creating music with his band, and riding motocross. Welcome, everybody.
My name's Lynn Kramer. I'm a mechanical engineer down here in San Diego, California. I'm the 15-time world champion of slalom skateboarding, and I'm currently the head coach of the La Costa Racing Team.
So, you know, if you're like bouncing the basketball on the cone, or you're doing your chop sweep, whichever one you prefer, when you get about 2/3 of the way down...
I've been skating since 1985. I started skating at UCSD, and during my sophomore year in college, I met this woman who skated. Her name was Lisa Foreman, and she was like, "You're a girl and you skate." And I'm thinking, one, you can't just tell someone, no, you can't do that because you're a girl. It was important for girls to be allowed to wear pants, or to study engineering, or play Little League. It was important that girls were allowed to skate. By the time I reached college, I was old enough to take some responsibility to change the way that had always been. I took over the Women's Skateboard Network, and we created a zine and a message: Women Skate. We featured almost exclusively women. We listed contests that would have women's divisions, and we listed camps that would allow girls to go. We created a roster of over 200 young women from about 11 countries.
Okay, come on, cheer them up. This is USA against Latvia. USA here on the red course, Lynn Kramer, Team Skate Games. And on the white course, up and coming, Erika Belta from Latvia. Very strong.
And even now, I have friends from the network in Canada and New Zealand and Germany and England and, of course, the United States. And they're successful women They run food companies and they work for NASA, and they're artists, great artists, you name it. Take the transition skaters. They've gotten so good. They're so much better than the average girl skater back in the day. For all the parents and teachers, or any female of any age who's thinking about skateboarding, this is what I would say. First, try different kinds of skateboarding. There's so many different feelings. There's slalom racing and downhill racing. There's so many ways to skate rolling just on flat ground. There's freestyle tricks. You can dance on a longboard. You can just go out to the boardwalk and cruise with your friends. Or you can go street skate on architectural features. You can go to the skate park and skate big bowls or little bowls or flow bowls. Or you can go out to a hill and just do slides. There's so many different feelings. Some styles like street are really good at getting out your aggressions. And slalom is like, slalom will intrigue an engineer's mind.
So you can be very careful, and you can go through every one, and you might get 12 seconds and no cone penalty, and you're gonna have a 12 seconds time. But let's say you want to win, and so you go as fast as you can. Maybe you hit 3 cones. So maybe you get 11 seconds and you hit 3 cones. Your time's only 11.3. So you're the winner. So sometimes it's worth it to hit the cones. It doesn't make you a worse skater, it makes you a smarter racer. If you're going and someone says, hit this cone, and then you come over here and you're like, wait a minute, which side was I on? Where was I? Where am I supposed to be? And if you hit it straight on, that doesn't really do you a lot of good, because it's like hitting a barrier. You really just gotta like tap it.
Sometimes just going fast gives you the best adrenaline rush. Or pulling a trick you've been trying over and over. Or winning a race you've been practicing for. It gives you such a great feeling of accomplishment. And that's the great feeling of skateboarding. Put on some pads. Or learn to tuck and roll, because you will fall. Falling and getting up is part of the learning process. You fall off your board 7 times, you get up 8.
Hi, my name is Natalie Krishna Goss, and I have been skating for 24 years. I just moved to Humboldt County from Phoenix, Arizona, and in Phoenix, I threw tons and tons of epic events. I have a skate crew called Las Chicas. It's a crew of rebellious women who love to do awesome stuff for their community and shred gnarly spots. And I'd get together with them once a month, and we'd throw some awesome events for women. We'd link up with different local nonprofits, and we'd also kind of teach the women how to skate, do some yoga, do some team building stuff, and then we'd end our session by checking out a local brewery. So I'm gonna show you guys how to create an event from beginning to end in a town where I really don't know that many people. This is all brand new to me here, but I know the framework of how to create an awesome event. I'm gonna start by reaching out to the indoor skate park since it's rainy season here. We wanna make sure that we have a dry venue to skate in, and it's gonna be safe. We're gonna limit it to 30 people max. Masks are required because of COVID, and it's gonna be epic. If the skate park says yes, we will start reaching out to the sponsors and we'll find a date. And as soon as we get like a good amount of sponsors, I'll make a flyer. Next, I'll need to ask my friends to help volunteer. So I have a few girls out here who are also part of Las Chicas and a few new girls who I've just met along the way. And it really takes reaching out to multiple people to get this project going. So I'm excited to show you guys from beginning to end how to create an awesome event, and I'm gonna end this with my event. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up? So, my name is Natalie.
My name's Craig.
Craig, nice to meet you. So my idea is to throw a girls event here, and basically I would reach out to different sponsors to help sponsor the event and make it really awesome, invite skateboarders and roller skaters and rollerbladers, whoever wants to come, and do something epic. Do you think you guys would be down?
Over here.
Alright, well, let's plan a date.
Okay, yeah.
How about like Friday, March 16th, I believe?
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah? Alright, awesome. Thank you so much.
Do it.
Take it easy. Okay, guys. I reached out to Impala and Globe because they were super supportive of all my events in Phoenix, and they always sent some really awesome stuff that got everybody stoked. The way I set my events up is girls can bring donations towards whatever charity we have, and in return for their donation, they get a raffle ticket to win some epic prizes from our sponsors. So, with that being said, check these out. So we've got this, and this, and 2 more boards, and 2 pairs of roller skates. So this is gonna be an event for roller skaters and skateboarders to get all the girls out there and get them stoked. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
I'm Natalie.
Natalie, Adam, welcome
Adam,
to Satori.
nice to meet you. This is Indigo.
Yeah, come on in.
Alright.
This is the warehouse. I've got your donation here.
Girls will be stoked.
Yeah, had to
Awesome.
lace you nice. So
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
thank you.
Oh,
Yee. All
Yeah.
right, have fun.
alright. Yeah, let's go get treats.
Hello everyone, my name is DJ Gooden and I'm the founder of Black Girl Skate. Black Girl Skate is a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating equity and awareness for people who identify as women and of color. We also have a heavy emphasis on safety. And as far as changes or things that I would like to see in the skateboarding world, really more equity, having more people and women identified folk design, create hardware, design skate parks. Just have more
Let's go check out the ramp.
in the equity piece, articles, writing, creating, all of those things that are a part of the skateboarding world, having more equity for everyone.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm Riley.
Riley, I'm Natalie. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the farm.
Thanks. So you're one of the owners for Emerald Queen Farms?
Yes, we are. I am.
So what we have going on is an all-girls skate event at Rampart Skate Park, and hoping that you guys would be a sponsor, donate some product for our raffle, and just kind of support the cause.
Sounds great. I brought down some freshly made swag. We have some hoodies, some t-shirts,
Sick.
sweatpants.
Oh,
and
epic. Thank you.
any way we can help support the cause.
This is cool. These are sick. The girls are going to be so stoked. These are awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So we'll get some photos of like everyone with the products, and I'll send them your way, and I'll let you know how the event goes.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Where are these girls? Yes, I see like 4. Oh my gosh, here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stoked.
My name's Andrew Cannon, and I'm the brand manager of Santa Cruz Skateboards. Honestly, I would say the biggest thing that companies and people can do for women's skateboarding is simply to show up. Whether that is reposting on the internet, sponsoring events, sponsoring women, just kind of backing it, you know, back women's skateboarding, and it's going to continue to grow. I think we need to keep rewiring our brains, especially in the United States. I know that worldwide it's a lot different, but in the United States we definitely need to rewire our brains and understand that skateboarding is for everyone and it's not just a male sport.
Jacob.
Hello, my name is Dior Greenwood. I am an artist, skateboarder, and a Dene tribal member of the Navajo Nation in Arizona's northern region. It's been about 10 years now that I've been skateboarding, and women's skateboarding from then to now has incredibly changed. There's community for Native women skateboarders on the reservation. There's skate parks there now or close by that are in a better condition than when I first started skateboarding. So skateboarding has definitely grown from the time that I decided to start skateboarding to now.
We ended up with about 30 girls at the first event. The community was stoked on our project and the girls were super happy. Nobody was injured. It ended up being a successful event and we're excited to do it again. If you don't have anything like this in your hometown, go for it, make one. Like, follow the steps that I created and make your own event. It's really not that hard and it'll get everybody stoked to be part of it.
Hi, I'm Dootson Rose. I started skateboarding in the 70s. I raced slalom, carved downhill, and I ran races. Today, I skate when I can and when I want. I'm also the president of the La Costa Racing Team, which is a new nonprofit dedicated to promoting slalom racing. I also was a 19-year outrigger canoe racer. I raced in California, the Cook Islands, Hawaii, and today, I paddle my outrigger for fun and for fitness. My working career was as a recreation therapist. In that field, we use recreation to help people heal emotional wounds and learn new skills so they can make the best of their lives. Action sports are perfect to fit that bill. First of all, you'll see improved physical conditioning. People get stronger, their balance is good, and it helps support the immune system and certainly with stress management. You'll also see improved social skills, learning how to make friends, how to ask for help. Both of those are very helpful in school and in a future occupation. You'll also see problem-solving skills, how to make that trick. What am I doing wrong? How can I figure it out? How to budget money for that new equipment that you're looking for, and how to get a ride to the contest. All of that builds self-esteem in kids and adults. Kids don't feel better about themselves from verbal praise by others or trophies or stars on a chart. They get it from within themselves when they go through something so hard and they make it and they look back and reflect on what they did and how they did it. The self-esteem just grows in their heart and in their mind. And then later, when they fall or fail or get hurt, they know they can keep going because they already did. I want to introduce you to 3 people in my segment who are going to explain to you how they have seen action sports help girls become successful women. I'd like you to meet Ann Cantor and Candace Nickmeyer. Ann is a roller skater and former roller derby competitor. She is currently an administrator with the Girl Scouts of America, focused on middle and high school age girls. And Candace is a senior Girl Scout who skateboards.
Our research at Girl Scouts shows that outdoor experiences like skateboarding and other action sports are imperative to developing leadership skills in girls. Girls develop confidence, resilience, and the courage to fail and try again. But you don't have to take my word for it. With me today is Cadence, a senior Girl Scout who has been skateboarding since she was 12, to tell you about her experience. Cadence?
Hi, so yes, I have been skateboarding since I was 12, and let me tell you, I have learned and gained so much from skateboarding. It has taught me to push myself to overcome my fears and expand my boundaries. It also taught me to understand and be aware of my limitations, to push myself to my own limits. Skateboarding teaches me that nothing comes easy in life. If you want it, you gotta work for it. If I want to make a trick like an ollie, I have to work really hard to reach that point. And yes, firsthand I can tell you, you do fall a lot, but you learn to pick yourself up and try again. It's not failing that's important, it's getting back up and trying again. It helps to push me out of my comfort zone and to try something new.
Thank you, Cadence. Whether it's through skateboarding, other action sports, or our Girl Scout adventure badges, girls learn to embrace failure, to fall and get back up and persist, all critical life skills they'll take with them as they go forward. Thank you.
Next, I would like you to meet Zachary McKiernan, a college professor, whose friends, colleagues, mental health workers, social workers have all had a life filled with action sports.
Hey there, we're coming at you from Los Angeles, California, and I'm here as an educator to tell you how skateboarding will build a successful skill set for young women to succeed in their lives. Skateboarding boils down to 3 important components. One is dedication. These young girls have to dedicate hours and hours and weeks and months and years to become competent and master this very difficult sport, which leads to perseverance. And perseverance also lets us know that skateboarding is an incredibly unforgiving sport. These young girls are going to experience bumps, bruises, bloody noses, broken bones, you name it. They need to persevere. And that will finally give us confidence and strength for these young girls to tackle any type of adversity that they have in their lives. So skateboarding builds a successful skill set for women to be successful in their families, their communities, their careers, and ultimately to themselves.
And lastly, I want you to meet Sally Ann Sheridan. She was the former mayor of the city of Irvine in California. She's a former high school athlete and was the director of the International Skateboard Association.
In my experience, by both participating and observing action sports for girls, many elements are common. In order to be successful in action sports in life, one must establish realizable goals. A girl must have discipline to achieve those goals. Following the rules and accepting constructive criticism as part of the program is necessary. Action sports with success requires teamwork and a positive attitude. Girls have to accept success with humility and be gracious with failure. Action sports requires constant practice and a belief in what you do. Also, a sense of humor goes a very long way. All these qualities are present in the successful women that I have known and worked with throughout my life.
I wanted you to hear from people how action sports help girls become successful women. Now, I want you to consider taking her to a skateboard class at your local park and rec department. Finding her an outrigger canoe club. They really are all over the country. Go roller skating. Get her a surf lesson. This is an important time for young women like we have not seen in generations. And I want you to give her another tool to helping her become the best person she can be. Thank you for watching and considering my request.
Greetings, Patti McGee here. My portion and purpose for being on this panel is to remind all young boys and girls to be courageous and bold. I will introduce young readers through my book, how I got my first skateboard and to approach winning through goal setting. Skateboarding has come a long way with practice for the girls not giving up under pressure from other girls and boys. Not that boys don't need to practice. We all need to do our best. But for too long, girls have had to live up to the boys against the girls typecast. This applies these days even more in all sports when it comes to the almighty dollar. There goes Patti McGee, the story of the first women's national skateboard champion, Words by Tutti Nino. Pictures by Erica Medina. Alrighty then. Zip, squish, zoom. There goes Patti McGee. Bold, confident, and courageous. One day, a group of boys zipped past Patti's house, each riding a board with wheels. She'd never seen anything like it before. She had to give it a try. Patti ripped the wheels off of her roller skates and nailed them to a board. She stood at the top of the tallest hill in her neighborhood. Zip, swish, zoom, crash. She popped up and brushed herself off. That was so cool, she whipped. A group of girls nearby laughed and yelled, "Patti, don't be such a tomboy." Their words hurt her a little, but Patti ran back up the hill anyway. She wanted to try again. Eventually, Patti wanted something better than her old board. Her brother shaped another one for her in woodshop, and on it she could carve, curve, jump, grind. Patti carried her skateboard everywhere, always on the lookout for a bigger hill, the biggest thrill. When people sneered, Patti smiled. When they yelled, "Get off the sidewalk!" all she heard was the click of her board over every crack as she glided along. As Patti learned more and more tricks, the old metal wheels on her trusty board started to fall off at every turn. Patti had to get a new one somehow. She admired some through the store window, but they cost too much money. Then she heard that George Cooley, one of first board builders in skateboarding, was starting a team and giving its members free boards. Patti had to get on the team, but all the other members were boys. Would George's boys let a girl skate with them? Patti decided to spy on them and practice their tricks so she could impress George. She copied surfing moves and made them her own. Patti mastered them all. One day, Patti grabbed her skateboard and followed George Cooley to a demonstration. She walked the board, nose-wheelied, and switched ends in front of George, hoping he would notice. George was impressed. He invited Patti to skate on his team and gave her a free board. Patti ran her hands across the smooth deck and spun the new clay wheels. She couldn't wait to hop on and give it a whirl. The Cooley boys welcomed Patti to the team. "Wow, Patti, you're really good," they said. Patti and the Cooley boys sped around town. New tricks were invented every day. Patti and the boys tried them all. Patti and the boys skated past a poster. She stopped for a closer look. There was going to be a skateboard championship. She should enter. "Patti, you can definitely win," the boys said. Patti wanted to show off her skills, and she really wanted to win. Patti started practicing. She perfected the figure 8, 2 perfect circles connected with one push in the middle. She mastered the jump to stick, rolling, jumping, and landing on the board. But she couldn't figure out what to do for the freestyle section. She had to dazzle the judges with her trick. "I can choose anything," Patti thought. "Maybe a kick flip or hanging heels, or maybe I can do something new." She experimented every day. Her trick had to be spectacular. Around and around, back and forth, up and down, and just for fun, she cartwheeled and did handstands. That's it, Patti thought. Skateboarding is all about having fun, and this trick is the most fun. Then the work began. 5 hours a day, feet together, toes pointed, crash, crash, crash. It wasn't easy. Her arms ached and her knuckles bled. On the day she balanced perfect for 6 seconds, she knew she was ready. When competition day arrived, butterflies kick-flipped in Patti's stomach. 60 skaters practiced as they waited for their turn to compete. The girls competing were a drop in the bucket among an ocean of boys. "Welcome to the first National Skateboard Championship," the announcer said. Patti's heart pounded in her chest. Soon it was her turn. "Next up, Patti McGee," the announcer boomed. Patti performed a perfect figure eight. She nail jumped the stick, and then it was her turn for the freestyle event. Now she could show everyone her secret trick. Patti grasped her deck, ran a couple of steps, and kicked up her feet. Feet together, toes pointed, she thought as she glided for 4, 5, 6 seconds. It was perfect. Patti jumped off her board and pumped her fist in the air. Then she saw the judges' stunned faces. Patti stood center stage, alone, her competitors to the side. 100 spectators eyed the judges and held their breath. The judges looked at one another and searched their scorecards. Time seemed to stand still. Slowly, the judges flipped their cards. 10, 10, 10. A perfect score. The crowd erupted into cheers for Patti. She had won.
The one thing that always stood out to me about Evel Knievel is a quote that he said that you're never a failure until you aren't able to get up from a fall. And I took that to heart. And with skateboarding, we fall a lot before we are successful at the tricks and are able to master and perfect what we do. And I feel like, you know, with everything, it comes with the territory. You know, when you're going to risk and add danger to your life, you know, it takes a special person to be able to handle that pressure and to go through the suffering, pain, what it takes to be an extreme athlete. And he was definitely one of the first extreme athletes that made an impact in all our lives, especially mine.
I feel like women's skateboarding has evolved tremendously as far as the participation and the amount of female skateboarders out there in the whole world. I feel like there's a lot of talent out there that we've never experienced before, and there's a lot of women inspiring other women to go for it, you know, and we've been seeing a huge rise in the progression and the excitement and the fact that there's girls out there leading the way and making a path for the younger generation to follow and be inspired by. I would say any female skateboarder inspires me. I wouldn't say like because someone's a female or male whether they inspire me more than the other. I feel like anybody that has something to offer that's exciting, it inspires me to know that that skateboarding isn't going anywhere and that it's still developing. But as far as women that I know, they're, like Nicole House is a great vert skater. The fact that she learned Caballero is one of the tricks I invented is amazing. I always wanted to see, someone do that, in the women's division. Jordan Barrett is another female skateboarder that is just great style, just her progression, just the way she enjoys skateboarding. Bryce Wetstein, I went over and skated at her house, her ramp, and just the smile on her face and her determination is inspiring to me, because when she skateboards, she really makes me feel that she's enjoying what she's doing, which in turn enhances her skill and talent and her dedication to skateboarding. Where I would like to see women's skateboarding is is definitely in the same place that men's, you know, that men have experienced in skateboarding, having them have the same opportunities, travel to the same places. I'd like to see them be able to get to a level where they can compete in a men's division, and there's no male or female, that these girls are talented enough and believe in themselves that they can do anything they want to if they just put their mind to it. And there's no limitations of gender, that the fact that they can be whoever they want to be, you know, and do whatever they want to do. But first they need to believe in themselves, and they need to know that there's no limitations because of their gender, that they have the ability to compete at the same level as a male, as the guys.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that you're inspired to get more girls on board. Follow Spacycloud on our latest projects. Thank you and goodbye.
She makes it impossible for me to move on from the past. I can't get a break, my little heart aches, and now she's in la 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 land. I'm stuck in a void, drowning in these waves, but I can't breathe now without my oxygen. My ghost, my